National People's Power Party, led by President Anura Kumara Dissanayake, is poised for a sweeping victory in the parliamentary election in Sri Lanka.
Right, as of 6:30 a.m. local time, with partial results declared, the NPP has secured a substantial 60% of the vote. Meanwhile, the main opposition, SJB party, and the National Democratic Front, NDF, backed by former President Ranil Wickremesinghe, have been reduced to just 19% and 5% of the vote, respectively.
In the only polling division result announced so far, the NPP won decisively in the southern province capital of Galle with over 70% of the vote. Now, analysts say that NPP has increased its vote share compared to the September presidential election. If this trend continues, the party will surpass the 150-seat mark, achieving an absolute majority in the 225-member parliament. Thursday's election was the first major test for NPP.
We believe this is a crucial election that will mark the turning point of the country. In this election, the NPP expects to secure a mandate in order to build a very strong parliament, and we are confident that the people will give us that mandate.
These elections will determine whether or not the island nation wants to further empower its new president, Anura Kumara Dissanayake. Dissanayake took power in the September presidential polls on a promise to combat graft and recover the country's stolen assets.
Now, 2 years after an unprecedented economic meltdown, when then President Gotabaya Rajapaksa was ousted. Now, Dissanayake needs a majority in parliament to be able to push through crucial economic reforms, including the budget.
And well, for more on this, we're now being joined by our correspondent, Dasuni Athola. She's joining us live from Colombo. Hi, Dasuni. Just a short while back, when you joined us live on the show, we were speaking about how AKD's NPP party has passed the litmus test, and with NPP poised for a sweeping victory. Numbers stand is that 60% of the votes for NPP compared to the opposition, the main opposition, SJP, at 18%. Tell us more.
Well, yes, as of the results released so far, the NPP has secured 5.7 million votes in their favor, which translates to 61.81% of voter share, which again translates to 52 seats that the party has secured so far. In comparison, the Samagi Janabalawegaya, which is led by Sajith Premadasa, has only secured 1.7 million of votes, which only translates to 18% of the voter share. That further translates to just 13 seats. Now, this is a huge disparity between the government as well as the possible opposition. This gives President Dissanayake a very comfortable lead in obtaining that simple majority that he needs of just 113 seats, of which he has already secured 52 seats.
Right. And thusly, we know that it seems like the Colombians, they have given their mandate. And although analysts do say, and we can see as well, if this trend continues, the party will surpass the 150-seat mark. I'm thinking about the opposition. What does it mean for Premadasa?
Absolutely, this is a huge blow to the opposition, which clearly shows that the people of Sri Lanka further have no confidence in the opposition, more likely with the president, former president rather, Ranil Wickremesinghe, as well as former opposition leader Sajith Premadasa. This is what has clearly translated into these votes. And keep in mind that the voter turnout for this general election was also lower than what was expected, which also translates to a lot of voter fatigue and voter dissatisfaction, more so with the people who voted for former President Ranil Wickremesinghe as well as Sajith Premadasa in the previous presidential election. Because if you do kind of take a bit of time to look at these statistics, you can clearly see that the voter share of the National People's Power, which is headed by current President Anura Dissanayake, has in fact increased, while the voter shares of Sajith Premadasa as well as Ranil Wickremesinghe has drastically decreased.
Rather, Suni, there was also low voter turnout in the snap polls yesterday, which was hovering around just 60%. I also want to talk to you regarding NPP's performance in the parliamentary elections this year, which is happening now, and compared to 2020. And how the most notable victory or triumphant, if we can put across, was in the Gaul district, where in 2020 NPP had only secured 499 votes, but now with results just coming in, it has secured 60% of the vote share there.
Well, absolutely. I think if it just comes back to numbers once again, more than Gaul, if I am to sort of divert your attention, is the focus on the North, which is a historic and pivotal moment in this election, especially given the fact for the first time, the people of the North, the Tamil dominant population of the North, voted in favor of the NPP, going against their usual norm of voting for a party that is Tamil based, which is usually the ITAC or rather the TNA. They went beyond that policy to vote for the NPP this time, which, Resha, is quite historical, to say the least.
Radha Asuni, thank you for joining us on World DNA. We'll, of course, be tracking the results as the numbers trickle in. Thank you for joining us at the moment.